Good evening. Clues in the title, I'm going to talk you through everything that is in my bag when I go wild camping, including the bag itself, what tent I use, cook system, sleep system, anything else that comes out of the big blue bag. Welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel if you've watched videos before, thank you very much, I really appreciate you watching my videos. If you're new to the channel, hello, I'm Ryan, I'm a Yorkshire lad outdoors, and this channel is about everything camping, hiking, and just exploring the great outdoors. And we talk a bit about mental health on here as well, because we need to talk, don't we? Anyway, not going to bore you, let's get into it. So, what do I take on my wild camping trips? So, start with the bag. Bosh! This is the Osprey 70 litre Ether, I think it's Ether, 70 AG. It's just ace. Just love this bag. Got it a few months now, it's been on a few camps with me, and I'm going to do a separate review on it because honestly, this bag deserves its own review. It's absolutely mega. It's not the lightest bag, but then I am not the lightest camper, and I like to travel, well, I don't travel light to be honest, I like to take on my camps enough stuff that keeps me entertained for the night. So this is just ace. It's got pockets all over, it's got this anti-gravity system in the back, which many Osprey bags do, so you can hardly feel when it's on your back, to be honest, when it's loaded up. And it's got the awesome, this big stuff pouch in the front. You just fit all sorts in there. What's in the side? Oh, I've got a travel tripod that I got off Amazon for my camera for setting up these talks of camera shots and those walking away from camera shots that is in every hiking video. Not great to be honest, but anyway, that's that. So yeah, that's the Osprey Ether 70 backpack. Absolutely outstanding bit of kit. I got a really good deal on that at Go Outdoors. It's like 80 quid off. They're not cheap, but they are worth it, so awesome. Tent. I am currently using the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2 tent. I've done 2 camps with this now. Nice tent, I like it. Quite light, 2.5 kilograms I think, all packed up with poles and poles and pegs. As you can see, it packs down really small. I normally put this in like a dry sack. And smush it down really small, and then pack the poles and tent pegs separately because it fits nicely in the pack. Really good tent. It's a 2-person tent. It's got vestibules on both sides, which is fantastic because if the wind's battering you from one side, you can cook in your vestibule, and it's nice to just sit there and look at the sunset as well. No real negatives actually from this tent. It's held up well in the wind. Seam sealed. It's been battered by the rain. It's held up really well. The only criticism I suppose I have got of it in the wind is the kind of the little roof bit that goes on that you clip on. It flaps like hell in the wind. So that kept me awake on my last camp actually. But I've seen, I think a Shropshire lad has done a review on this tent and he's got a couple of hats for it as well. So anyway, that's the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2. Sleep system is this is new, Trekology Aloft UL80 Ultralight sleeping mat. Easily the comfiest mat I've slept on so far in my camping trips. Packs down really small, it is really lightweight, takes up no space in your bag whatsoever, and it's fantastic if you're a side sleeper like I am. It's quite a thick pad, so it's like 10 centimeters thick, and it's just really comfy. It's like a little bit of luxury when you're camping. But yeah, if you're a side sleeper, it's great because then you can get quite comfy on that. It's not like the other mats where you turn on your side and your hips and all sorts are hitting the floor below. I don't think it's very well insulated as a mat, so I think it's pretty much a summer mat, and if you do use it in the winter, I'm going to have to back it up with a foam sleep mat underneath, but so far really good. Don't know if it's got a bit of a slow puncture though, because it's never as lofty in the morning as when I've pumped it up before I go to sleep. So I'll keep an eye on that, and if it does go down, I'll get in touch with Tricology. But that's my sleep pad. Sleep pillow, I just have this OEX Traverse pillow. Cheap as chips, I think it was £6 from Go Outdoors. They say it's self-inflating. Well, it's a little bit. But yeah, that's a little pillow. It's a bit of a novelty really, I don't really use it. What I normally do is I would generally, if it's not too cold, stick like my down jacket and any other clothes that I'm not wearing, I just put them in a dry sack, and I'll generally use those as a pillow. But this is not a bad little backup. So that's the OEX. So that's, oh, and sleeping, wait there. I mentioned this on a couple of my videos. In fact, the one I did on Stony Cove Pike, I did a miniature review on it, which is the OEX Fathom Evo 400 4-season sleeping bag. It's alright. It says it's 4-season. I think it's more of a 3-season bag myself. Comfort rating down to -1. I tend to disagree with that. I've been in -1, -2 conditions, and it wasn't that warm. So I probably think as you get into the below, if you get into 0 degrees, it's getting the frost on the ground, then you want to be bolstering your heat requirements by putting on a few layers. But it's done a job so far. It was only £40 from Go Outdoors. Obviously I'd love to upgrade to a down bag. But as we all know, they cost quite a bit of money. And also, it's quite a narrow sleeping bag at the bottom. So if you're buying this, just be careful. It does go very narrow at the bottom. I actually fancy getting a quilt myself, which I might look at. But so far, so good. It's kept me alive in the mountains. So yeah, so that's my sleep system. Very simple. But the Tricology mat, the OEX pillow, and the OEX Fathom 400 sleeping bag. Water filter kit is this, which is the Catadin Be-Free filter bottle. I got a 0.6 litre version. They do a 1 litre version. Quite pricey, it's about £40 this was, but it is really, really handy. It's just a simple filtration system in the cap. I'm not going to do a review. Go on YouTube after this video, obviously, and look at some reviews, but it's a great bit of kit. I think it's good up to like 1,000 litres or something. So, but what's fantastic about this, if you're camping near a water source, you don't have to load your bag up with big 2 litres like bladders or big water bottles. You just take enough for your hike up. You can just filter this straight from a water source. I think it kills 99.9% of bacteria or something. But yeah, the Be-Free water filter. One thing I would say with it is make sure you wash it out after each trip. It does block up quite quickly, but it's got a simple washing system. Just put some water in it, give it a shake, squeeze it out, and you're good to go. So yeah, the Catadin Be-Free, that's my my water filtration system. Cook kit. I've got a couple of systems that I use. This is my go-to at the moment. This isn't part of the cook kit, but this is a cup. This is a Sea to Summit mug. Woohoo! Does what it says on the tin. It's a pop-up cup. Good for your brews and whatnot. It's got a nice little lid as well, so I'm gonna put something in there and keep it from spilling all over your bag. Fill your boots. But yeah, Sea to Summit mug, about 11, 12 quid or something nice. So my cook system at the minute is the MSR Pocket Rocket. So it all fits nicely inside. This is just a there's only a 500ml titanium cup. Strong as an ox. Lickstar titanium 550ml, actually 550ml cup. Yeah. Fantastic for cooking in, boiling your water, your freeze-dried meals. Really versatile cup, strong. Gets hot though, be careful. I'd recommend investing in something to grab your handles. But fantastic, and my cook system fits in there. As I say, I use the MSR Pocket Rocket. Really lightweight, really small. But fantastic. I did use the jet boil before, but I actually find this is a bit more of a compact system. Really simple. So that just goes, folds up neatly. That goes inside there with the cup and a lighter, and that's my cook system. And then a small gas canister, which you'll have all seen. Just get from Go Outdoors, Decathlon, or any of your recommended high street camping shops. But no, fantastic. Don't go anywhere without that. That goes on day hikes with me and everything. Look at it, it's absolutely tiny. That's my cook kit. I don't take pans, pots and pans. I just generally take like a freeze-dried meal with me, or if I cooked like something like a chili or something, just bang it in there and that warms up. But really simple cook kit and really lightweight. Staying on the cooking, eating trend, I've got this. The Ultralight folding table. This is from Cascade Wild. It weighs 2.3 ounces, so it weighs next to nothing. Bit of a gimmick. I've not really used it that much, but I suppose it's good when you need to put your your cook system on a straight level or something. If you've got rocky ground, or just to put outside your tent. But just neat little table folds like that. Not cheap, mind. It's about 15 quid. It's got reflectors on. Not quite sure why. And that folds up, like nice and easy. Puts together. Takes up no space in your bag. Just jam it down the side, and little cooking table for your cooking needs. First aid kit. This goes everywhere with me. Just goes in the brain of the bag. I've normally got, there's like, what's in this first aid kit? Paracetamol, painkillers, tick tweezers. They look a bit surgical then, but I would recommend taking some tick remover stuff with you, especially if you're camping like in the lakes or the highlands at this time of year. I unfortunately got a tick, but I was fortunate enough to get it out. It was in my leg. Yeah, you don't want to get a tick, and if you do get them, just get some tweezers, get it out. Surgical bandages, plasters, elastoplast, wipes, et al, all that sort of stuff. Just a neat little first aid kit. Think about that from Sports Direct, but yeah, I did carry more. That just goes in the brain of my backpack. Just so I've got that with me when I'm out and about in the hills. Dry sacks. I got these from Go Outdoors. These are OEX. I got 3 of these. The other one is inside the bag. But these are great just for sticking in your clothes, especially your dry clothes. If you're going on a camp and it's wet, always get your dry clothes, some dry socks, some dry pants, whatever, in one of these. Guaranteed that when you get to camp, you've got some dry clothes to put on. It's nothing like putting dry clothes on when you come off the hills and it's cold and it's wet. I use these just for putting that in. If it's a very wet, if I know it's going to be a wet day, I'll put a large dry sack inside my backpack itself, stuff in there, and then put this on as well. And I'll often pack my sleeping bag down into a dry sack as well. Again, they're not much money. Probably pay, I think these were 15 quid for 3 of them. You can pay more money for them. Some of them will blow up your like your sleep pads and stuff, but I won't go anywhere without these. And I also put my, like I said, my down jacket in, or other clothes, and I use these as a pillow. So dry bags, these go everywhere with me on every camp, regardless of the weather. What else? These have been a game changer. Walking poles. Whoops. These have been an absolute game changer to my hiking game, and they just save my knees. I know what you're going to think. Oh, here's a tool that uses hiking poles. Well, I used to think that, but I would honestly recommend getting hold of hiking poles. They make such a massive difference. They've made a huge difference on the impact on my knees. Going downhill now with these is an absolute dream. My knees are shagged, and these have just been fantastic for taking the pressure off my knees. Hiking up hills, it's nice to have a bit of support as well, and it helps you get in quite a good cadence when you're walking, gets you in a good rhythm. These were only cheap ones. These were off Amazon. I think these were 20 quid. You can pay silly money for them. You can, if you want to get them really lightweight. These are like clips, telescopic poles. I've done it again. But yeah, hiking poles, absolutely fantastic. I don't go on any walks now without them. They're just brilliant. Love them. This kind of odds and sods bag. What have I got in here? Like a repair kit for my tent, if I get any rips or tears in my tent. These hand warmers, these are ace, like 50p a quid, make all the difference. Just rip a couple of those open, get them in your sleeping bag, and they make the world of difference. Especially to the parts that get freezing, that you need to keep warm for your own safety. Another one in there, must have used one, but more hand warmers. Head torch, needs charging, no battery in it at the minute. This was only cheapish one, I think it was about 15 quid. Again, from Go Outdoors, it's the Petzl Takina. It's been absolutely fine for me. It's got like 3 different brightnesses. It's not the brightest, it doesn't have the biggest beam, but if you are walking around camp on a night or you're doing some night trekking, it's good enough to keep the path lit in front of you. Always take a head torch with you when you're camping, they just make things a lot easier. Another torch, this is an OEX one. This is USB chargeable, which is good, so you don't have to rely on batteries. What you do have to rely on is make sure you charge it. My torch went off and I was left in real darkness at the top of Loughrigg Fell around Christmas, which was quite scary, but good little torch. Again, you always need light on the top of a mountain. It makes you feel so much safer when you know, when you can look around you. Just be wary when you catch the eyes in the field. It's normally a sheep. I've got a battery pack, which is just one I got from HMV. I still open HMV. Got this years ago from HMV. Just charge that up and that just recharges my phone. I've also got this, which is plugs onto one of my drone batteries, my DJI Mavic Air 2. This, you can plug this onto one of the batteries, and this has got USB ports in, so you can also use that to charge your phone as well, which is really handy. Fire steel for starting fires. Vaseline for my lips, obviously. Chafing. And then we've got, I've got earplugs as well. As I mentioned, when the wind's flapping, I'm quite a light sleeper, so it's good to have that. Good to have earplugs. They make all the difference when it's a windy night. And iPhone lead to make sure I charge my phone. I always take my phone as well, download a film or a podcast or an audiobook from Audible. Something to keep me entertained in camp when the weather's not great. And I've recently got, this as well. This is the pouch. This was from the Ultralight camping or something. But this is great. This is just like, it's a chest pod that kind of clips onto your bag at the front. I normally put kind of little snacks in here. Put my phone in there. It's got like a nice little map pouch at the back. Sometimes I'll put my drone in there if I want to get quick access to my drone. This is good just to put something like your easy to access, your kind of quick to access items in there. And it's good as well because it kind of distributes the weight across your chest and your shoulders. Yeah, glad I got that. It was good. These are kind of just water shoes that I got off Amazon. They're only, I think, 15, 16 quid. Not going to win any Paris Fashion Week awards with these, but they're just great to put on if you're going into the lakes or the streams. If you do, just take care when you go in those. They're very cold, but it's good that just to kind of protect your feet from the rocks and any other grime that's at the bottom. Dry really quickly, just like wetsuit material. But they've been on the last couple of camps with me and really impressed with them so far, holding up well. This is just another little tripod I take. It's good for kind of vlogging when they're talking to the cameras. It wraps round things so I can hook it onto kind of walls, rocks, whatever. If I want to take some camping selfies for Instagram, shameless plug, So yeah, just a little mini tripod. Last couple of bits now. This is just a bit of a foam mat that I cut up. It was a foam sleeping pad, I just cut the end off. But this works really well, just as a bit of a, I don't have a footprint in the Cloud Peak 2, so this is a really good, put that down as a little footprint. It also makes like a nice little sit pad, and if it does get very chilly on an evening with the sleeping pad, I can just put this under my hips as well. Will keep my my core off the floor and keep me warm. So, I don't know, that was about a £5, I think. Last couple of bits now. We've got just clothing, what I'll take with me. Always take a mid layer with me. This is the Rab Microlight down jacket. Probably the best thing I've bought for camping this and hiking. It's just ace. So light, packs down really, really small, just goes in my bag easily, doubles up as a pillow, as I've said. But no, this keeps me really warm. It's really well insulated. It's just Rab in it. It's just good gear, but I'm really happy with that. It's lasted really well. It's not waterproof. It's water resistant, so it'll get you through a shower. But if the rain does start coming down, you need another layer. So make sure you don't damage your coat really. And then that's it. Finally, and this is the waterproof layer. So this is a Rab rain jacket. Again, packs down really, really small. That goes with me on every single trip, every hike. Just goes in the stuff pouch at the front of the bag. It's good. It's got these like armpit pockets, which I thought were a bit of a gimmick, but when it's a hot day and you get in the rain, that is an absolute lifesaver if you're a bit of a pit monster. But no, that's it. That's the Rab raincoat, and that's it. That is my bag loadout that I take when I'm wild camping. As I say, it's not the lightest bag, but then again, I only go on 1 night, 2 night max camps. I'm not going on huge through hikes, so I don't need to take ultra lightweight gear. Slowly building it up, but they're the essentials for getting out and wild camping. And as I've said in a previous video, it doesn't need to be the best kit. You just need a bag, you need a tent, you need a sleeping bag, you need a sleep pad, and you just need a willingness to get out into the outdoors, explore the beautiful countryside that we've got in the UK. And if you're watching this from another country, get out into your local area, get into your woodland, your mountains, and get out there and enjoy it and get some headspace, because nothing clears your head or gives you perspective than being up in the mountains, either on your own or with a loved one or with a friend, and exploring nature for what it is and what it gives us. So get out wild camping. Tell me if you've got any of the gear that I've gone through, what your experience is with it. Leave me a note in the comments. Give the video a like if this has been helpful for you. Give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. As I say, the videos, try and post monthly at the minute. I've not really got a rhythm, but I'm going out camping in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to get another video up there. Hit the bell notification so you get notified when I do post a video. And yeah, please keep watching the channel. Please keep engaging with me in the comments. I really appreciate every comment I get. And yeah, if you want to follow my new Instagram, Ultralight Outdoors, give that a follow as well. Come and say hello. Again, that's just going to be posting about everything outdoors, camping, hiking, wild swimming, or want to get into paddle boarding once I can afford a board. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.